Should I just stop? Do I just not even need to post this? Hello there, Starseeds. Thank you so much for joining me for a spiritual guidance reading. If you're new here, I am High Priestess Lady Leo, and I have a passion for interpreting energies and helping others through their spiritual awakening journeys. If you're a returning soul fan, welcome back. I love you. Thank you for being here. Okay, this is a morning read, okay? It's really, really early. Okay, the birds have just started chirping. I've got my tea. Yeah. And I have a pre-shuffle. So we're going to hop into this. But first, we are going to cleanse the space and call in spirit. So it's time for your good juju. All right? Okay, there's going to be 3 sounds. So they may be kind of loud. I don't know what it sounds like to you. I don't know what it sounds like on the other side. Okay, so bear with me. Here we go. Okay, so I haven't done a candle for y'all in a while. So I've got a candle. So this is the part where we have to use our imagination, okay? So close your eyes. No peeking. I want you to think about something that you've been praying for, wishing on a star, trying to manifest into your life. When you have that thought, that thing, I really want you to focus on you receiving that blessing in this moment right now. How good does that feel? All the weight lifted off of your shoulders. All the gratitude that you feel in this moment for receiving this blessing. Gratitude, really harness in on that emotion. You're so grateful, God, Source, Universe, for this blessing right now. It's already happened, right? I'll give you a few more moments to focus. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So mote it be, it is done. So it is. Okay, Starseeds. So this morning, we've had our first 3 cards come out. Right, these are like little mantra cards. They're a lot of fun. I actually got these at Five Below for $5, and I could just not pass them up. And this is the first time I've ever used them. So we're going to dive into this together, okay? You'll grow beautifully in your own way, okay? So whatever you're doing right now, okay, you have a really unique approach to what it is that you're doing. Nobody's doing it the way that you do it. Okay, that's a beautiful thing. That's what sets you apart from the rest. Okay, don't let people pull you down or steer you off your course just because it looks different. It's supposed to look different. Okay, that's your superpower. Don't give up on it. I am energized by my passion. Yeah. You got to let your passion really drive you here. Okay, the love for whatever it is that you're doing, for whatever it is that you're creating. Okay. I am wise and humble. This is a really, really good mantra to use. Okay. So I want you to drop that in the comments below. I am wise and humble. Okay. This reminds me of something that I told my husband one time. And I remember we were going through rough times. He was really upset this one particular day, feeling a lot of stress. And there was one time he told me that I wish that you could see yourself the way that I see you. I wish you could see yourself the way the rest of the world sees you. So in this moment, I just felt like that's what he needed to hear. And I really did feel that way. So I told him the same thing, you know. I wish that you could see what it is that I see in you. And I told him, you know, it comes to a point where you have to be humble right? But you also have to be smart. So you got to find that balance between, you know, humility and being lethal, right? So it's important for you to use your wisdom, right? You can be too humble, but you can also be too aggressive at the same time, right? So how can you find that happy medium between being humble and being lethal? You know, you gotta choose your battles here, okay? So whatever hardship it is that you're facing right now, is this something that you can go with the flow, or is this something that you're supposed to be resisting, right? Okay. There's going to be a lot of reading here because a lot of these decks that I'm using are new and I'm trying to learn them, which is why I am here, because I need these messages to you. And I've been editing a lot more, so I've been going back and having to listen. Okay, so the first card that came out is storm warning. Okay, so there's a storm brewing here. All right, so right now it's important for you. Oh, and look, this card that came out, this is on top. I am powerful and fearless. I am powerful and fearless. I am powerful and fearless. So there's a storm brewing here, okay? So whatever hardship it is that you're facing in your life, okay, just know that it's time to brace for impact. Okay, that's why you need to hunker down and understand that you're going to do it your own way, on your own time, right? It's divine timing. Okay, it's really important for you to harness that passion for whatever it is that you're doing. All right, that will. Okay, even if that's just the will to live, right? Okay, you're gonna have to practice humility a lot. Okay, and you're gonna really have to hunker in, right? Anchor yourself in that your power, how much power you really have, okay, and how fearless you really are. Okay, this reminds me of the strength card in tarot. Okay, you got to pull out that inner strength, right? Your inner lion. Okay, you got storms coming, right? If this isn't on the external, right? If this isn't chaos and conflict at work or at home, within our friendships and, you know, within our family systems, with our romantic partners, it can be internally as well. Okay, you could be going through a time where you're having to shed a lot of the versions of yourself, the old versions of yourself that are not serving you anymore. You know, you're outgrowing. Oh, birds are chirping. Confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. So you're having to allow yourself room to do this, okay? And this can cause a lot of conflict and chaos when we're allowing these things to fall away, you know? Then we've got fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. This one I'm definitely going to have to read for, okay? Lots about the heart chakras come up this week, even in my more, you know, controversial aimed streams or readings, okay? Lots about the heart chakra, though. So let's see what this says. Come on, y'all. I ain't no frying chicken no more, y'all, okay? All right. Love, compassion, and self-acceptance. Lots about self-love. Lots about the heart chakra, okay? Upright. Raphael extends a beautiful green energy surrounded by gentle waves of pink to your heart center. This card, upright, indicates that you now have a greater readiness to receive love from others as well as from yourself. It could also indicate that a much-needed healing from a previous broken heart is taking place. The tender vibrations of Raphael remind you to encourage yourself to the compassionate self-talk that you desire to hear from others. Know that as you do, the light from your heart center will shine with you an irresistible beauty, and the universe will send people and situations that cause your sense of love and support to grow and grow. Affirmation. My heart center, my fourth chakra, is open to its perfect, healthy, and joyful state. The energy of love flows through me now. I live in love. Okay. Seems like a lot of us are having a hard time with shedding a lot of old relationships. Okay, shedding the bonds that we had with people at one point in time, right? We're coming into a space where we're evolving And we're coming to the realization, like, these people just don't serve us, right? We're never going to get validation. They're never going to fill our cup back up the way that we're filling their cup up. You know, it's causing storms here, okay? It's causing conflict and maybe even some hesitation with some things, okay? And that's where blockages start happening. It's when we start hesitating and resisting the flow that is already, you know, kind of established here, right? So then the next card is action. You could be dealing with somebody who's really been putting you down, or if they're not putting you down, they're not investing into you. So let's just say like you're working on a project and this project means a lot to you, okay? You've been working relentlessly around the clock to get this project done, right? That's how much, you know, your passion is energizing you to really push your way through this beautiful thing that you're creating, this unique, beautiful thing that you're creating, you know, and you're humble in the fact that you have this opportunity, the time, you know, the creativeness to create this beautiful project, you know. And you're wise in the fact that you know that Spirit's leading you in this, that you know that this is your way of releasing something, it's your way of expressing something. Whatever this is that you're creating is going to be bringing you a lot of abundance, right? And this person in your life is giving you a really hard time about this thing because you're putting so much energy and you have so much passion for it, right? They could even be feeling jealous. They could see how much you're growing, how beautiful this energy that you're in is, you know, and they're giving you a hard time. So they're not complimenting you, you know, they're not appreciating this beautiful piece of art that you're creating, okay? Or, you know, whatever that looks like for you, okay? It's a perspective. Remember that you don't need anybody else's validation, right? You don't need them to love what it is that you're doing the way that you do. That's why it's your passion, you know. What are some things that you can do to help, you know, fill your cup up in that way, right? Talk to yourself in the mirror, you know, really celebrate the little accomplishments that you're having with whatever this project is, whatever that represents for you, okay? All right, action. Energizing effort, willingness to work. This card tells you that now is the time for more aggressive forward movement. The galloping horses represent intentional and concerted action directed to your goals. This card upright indicates that you are on the right track, but your determined efforts must increase. The white horse is interaction of spirit and thought. The black is the outer work that still needs to be done. So continue taking action and trust your intuition. In time, you'll break through and see the results you've been working so hard to create. Lots about this project that you're creating. Or if it's not a project, you could be your own project, right? You could be working on yourself. It could be self-development as well. You know, just, you know, whatever that looks like for you. Affirmation. I am responsible for my own life. I take action toward my goals and my own happiness every day. Yeah. For some reason, I keep seeing like the 300 or I'm seeing someone like strap up for battle. I don't know if that makes sense. Like they're putting their armor on. It's like they're getting ready to go into the thick of it here. Okay. That could be why you're working on this project. This could just be a distraction. It could just be a test, you know. It's about being energized. Lots about letting your passion really, like, following your heart, you know. If this makes you happy and it's for your most loving and highest good, right? And especially if it's healing in some type of way to you, then definitely don't let anybody sway you from that, you know. Okay. Then we've got Keepers of the Light down here. We're starting off with Gaia, Earth connection. Be mindful of the planet. Come back to Earth. Stay grounded. Okay. Be mindful of the planet. Come back to Earth. Stay grounded. Gaia is Mother Earth. She's the keeper of the light who holds the planet in her hands and heart. Her kiss is on every animal's forehead. She is the life that moves through the plants, the sweetness within the honey, and the force that encourages bees to fly. She loves, protects, and guides all beings. She asks us to love them too. How can we help them? How can we help the planet? Extended message. You are blessed to receive this great Mother card today because it shows that the earth itself, through the image of Gaia, is protecting your path. You're being protected. This is meant for you, okay? There's going to be obstacles that come up. Are you going to withstand the storm, right? You got to remember this storm is temporary. It will pass, right? It's time for you to get rooted, grounded, stable, secure in what it is that you're bringing to the table here, that whatever it is that you're working on within yourself, okay? That makes sense? Because you have support here, you know? You're a strong, focused, and loving individual. Stay grounded and don't allow your imagination, ego, or fears to run away with you. Ensure your choices are for the highest good. Gaia is also bringing her motherly love to you and encircling you in a cocoon of peace. If you've had troubles with a mother in your life or are feeling disconnected from your grieving your own mother, Gaia helps revitalize that connection and will bring healing where it is possible. If you're a mother and are worrying about these duties, know that Gaia is thanking you for your hard work and commitment. The earth is blessed to have you. Wow. So this comes back to like things like generational curses. Okay, there's something called the mother wound. So y'all might want to research that and check that out, okay? But it really goes into talking about how, you know, as children, we are dependent on survival of our parents, okay? However, our parents are not dependent on us to survive, okay? So it creates what is called a mother wound, okay? This is when our mothers end up becoming codependent on us, okay? What happens a lot of times is that when a mother really wants to have a child, okay, they end up, they're wanting to have a child because they want to have a little being to love, right? And what happens is that they end up expecting that this little being, this little ball of joy, to provide this love to give back to them. And when they don't get that, it shows up in some really unhealthy ways in the relationship, causing a mother wound, okay? This happens a lot, you know, it's normal. It's part of our learning, healing journey, okay? You know, there's no such thing as a perfect parent, okay? They don't give us a manual to tell us exactly how to do this, right? It's you know, trial and error. So, you know, we got to give our parents some grace. However, we can't ignore that these wounds are there, okay? So you could be having some, you know, deep-rooted childhood trauma arising here, especially dealing with the mother, okay? So, like, what are some ways that you can mother yourself, okay? This is for masculines and feminines. It's important for us to do this, okay? You've got, you know, little girls and little boys on the inside that still need nurturing, okay? It's your inner self there, okay? It could be really healing for you to just, you know, take some time to be compassionate and nurturing towards yourself, you know? And really a lot about filling yourself up with love, right? You tell yourself how proud of you are, okay? That is so incredibly powerful for you to do that for yourself, okay? And it's not selfish, and you're not being arrogant, okay? So if you're feeling like, because sometimes it can be cringe, right? I've been told that before. It's just like, it's so cringe how arrogant you can be. And I'm like, I'm not being arrogant. Like, I'm not trying to come from a place where it's just, you know, I just came out of the womb, just, you know, just know it all. Like, I'm very self-assured, right? And I'm not really worry too much about what other people are going to say about that. Or, you know, I don't, especially now, okay, it's a lot more like just childlike, because I was like this more. I can remember being in kindergarten, just people fussing at me all the time for being bossy or being arrogant or, you know, whatever. So it's just my nature. I can't help it. I don't mean it any type of way. You know, I'm not trying to be offensive, but it's not, you know, it's not being arrogant when you tell yourself that you're proud of yourself, okay? If you're not saying it to yourself, other people, you can't expect other people to say it, you know? So anyway, I'm not sure who needed to hear that, but let's move on to the next card. I try to keep these upbeat for y'all, but it's really early in the morning. And I wanted to go ahead and do this just in case I didn't have the mojo tonight to do it. I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about that at the end. Oh, this is the wrong book. That's why. Sorry, y'all. Where did my book go? I'll probably be editing this one. Thank you for putting up with my shenanigans, y'all. Oi. Cernunos, life force. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. Cernunos. Kernanos. Y'all, I don't know. Also known as Herne. Herne? I can't say these names. Anyway, okay. It's a Celtic stag god who represents connection to the earth. He is one of the oldest recognized Celtic gods and features on the Gundestrup Caldron. I don't know, probably just cussed you out, I'm pretty sure it did. A giant silver vessel from the Iron Age. He is the lover of the Great Mother and impregnates the land so that it will be filled with life. He can help us form a connection with the animal spirits and ancestors of our land. I don't know who came up in here and is being silly. Somebody's being really silly, or somebody has a really silly ancestor or spirit guide, because I just all of a sudden got the giggles. I can't even be serious anymore. I don't know who this is. Extended message. I'm going to try to focus, okay? There's a deep buildup of life force within you now and need to channel it into action. You may have extra energy or be more alert than usual, or be aware of a sense of increased sensual or sexual energy. If you have been unsure how this ties into your spiritual path, know that it can allow you to access your richness of your soul. When we are not expressing ourselves sexually, our spiritual potential can become tamed or muted. So if you are denying yourself of a desire, ask yourself, how can you fulfill it? Ask Cernunos to help you access your sexual self so that you can express it with integrity and in a way that honors your soul. If you and your partner are trying for a child and this card appears, fertility is very possible, especially if Bridget, Cernunos' twin flame, is present too. Okay. So life force energy, creative energy, sexual energy. This is like sun energy. That's about like sun and power and energized and creativity here. Okay. Also, for those of you that are single, okay, it's okay. You know, you can take care of yourself, right? You can be playful with yourself, okay? Sometimes you need to like release that kind of stuff, okay? That it's the creative juices going. It's life force energy. It is creation, okay? So I don't know who needs to hear that, but look, I'm tripping up over. I'm starting to blush, y'all. Usually, generally, I can talk about this stuff, okay? But from what I don't know who's here who is like really embarrassed about me talking about this kind of stuff. Oh, what a day! It's gonna be a day. It's gonna be a day. Okay, next card. I lost my book again. Should I just stop? Do I just not even need to post this? Are my efforts going unnoticed here? I don't even know anymore. We're just gonna go with it, y'all. We're just gonna go with it. The next card is Faith. Okay. Stay calm, Trust good in yourself and others. See the light in the world. Humanity and benevolence. Faith is the archangel who is focused on bringing out our benevolence. She is the twin flame of Archangel Michael and is on a divine mission to help us recognize that humans are basically good and aligned with love. Just like her name, she is all about faith and trust. She reminds us that the world has taught us to believe that we are separate from love, and that if we begin to see the good in others, then we will start to cultivate a loving experience of the world around us. Extended message. Stay calm and breathe. You are a divine being of love who has done so much good in the world. You may be going through personal transformations and feel that you're not getting anywhere, but Archangel Faith is drawing close to guide you beyond the limitations that your ego or fears have created for you. You may be trying to work out whom to trust. First, trust yourself when you do this and recognize that you are made of love. You will attract those who reflect that love and can enjoy true friendships and loving relationships. Know that good is here to stay. Also about having faith. Faith in yourself here, y'all. Okay, even look at this card. She's even holding this like little blue, looks like maybe she's got incense or something or oil coming out of it right here. You know, beautiful roses. Okay, roses have like a really special spiritual meaning. Stay calm. Trust the good in yourself and others. See the light in the world. Yeah, focus on the light right now, okay? Especially if you're feeling lackluster, relations with society in general. Try to see the good, okay? Try to forgive them, for they know not what they do, okay? They know not what they do. Some of them do know what they do, though. Like, let's not sugarcoat it. Some of these people know exactly what the fuck they're doing, you know. But we should still forgive them, because we don't want to hold on to all that up here. That's where it mucks up our own, thought process, and we can't let people live in your brain rent free, ciphering off your energy. Like, what? No, unacceptable. Look, he's snoring. Confirmation. Okay. Maybe he's telling me I'm boring. Maybe that spirit let me know that y'all are bored to death. We're just gonna roll with it. Keep on trucking through it, okay? I don't know why I'm so tickled. Freya. Phases and cycles. There is beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Freya, which means lady, is the Norse goddess of the moon and love. She's the twin flame of Odin and a warrior goddess who offers deep spiritual and physical protection to those who call on her. She will stand before you with her shield and spirit, keeping you safe from harm. She works closely with moon energy and helps us recognize that our life is a cycle that is always changing. Yes, y'all, I tell you that all the time. Hunker down, go with the ebbs and flows. It's not going to be like that forever. It's just a phase, right? She herself is the maiden, the mother, and the crone aspect of all women and guides them to see the wisdom these cycles bring. We all go through phases and cycles of growth, and Freya is the energy that supports this. She has a raven spirit totem, which is said to represent her capacity to travel between heaven and earth. Yeah, see, there's a raven right here. I tell y'all that all the time. Crows and ravens are messengers from the spirit realm. Okay. Extended message. A phase of your life may be coming to an end. Yeah, we've talked a lot about that, about this cycle ending. That's why these storms are arising, okay? Internally, externally, however that's manifesting in your own life's journey, okay? But it's important to acknowledge it's not the end, right? It's just the end of a phase, right? It's not the end of your life, right? Breathe. We'll talk about that in a second. You may have been desperate for change, but know that it's here. You could feel vulnerable. Know that the mighty goddess Freya will guide you. Illusions are now being revealed so that you can leave behind anything that is false. Step into your peace warrior-like energy and welcome the changes you deserve. Tie up all the loose ends and take heart. This is an exciting time. Okay. When one door opens, another one When one door closes, another one opens, okay? So yeah, you just have like certain chapters that are ending here, right? You've got new cycles that are getting ready to start for you, you know? So it's okay for you to take the time to honor the things that are leaving, you know? Even like, I'm thinking about like decluttering a home, okay? It's kind of like that, right? You're decluttering the people in your life, you're decluttering your brain, you're decluttering, you know, what you're spending money on, you know, the crap that you may be spending money on that's not really serving a purpose right now, right? You know, it's okay to like take these things, physically pick them up, and you say, you know, you brought me a lot of joy at one point in time, but it's time for me to honor that time in my life, and that at this moment it's time for me to let you go, you know, and then you release it, right? So you take the time to actually honor the item, or maybe you're cutting people out of your life, right? Take a moment to honor what that person brought into your life, you know, the positive things, right? Sometimes that's harder for us to do with others, right? Got to really dig deep and try to find something in there that they taught you, okay? They taught you something, right? Focus more on that, you know, focus more on that, and remember that it is like, and for you masculines, you know, lots to do with mother, okay? This could probably go with that feminines too, either or, all right? It's okay for you to call on Freya, you know, like something that would, another energy that reminds me of Freya would be, you know, like Santa Muerte, you know, that's, you can call on, you know, these different energies to kind of be that for you, right? So if you need like more of a mother figure, you can like find you an energy to call upon, you know, so that would be Santa Muerte for me. Freya calls to me, and I've been doing a lot of reading, and let's see, I watched a couple videos on it, but I don't feel like educated enough to really like speak more on Freya just yet. But she's been calling to me lately, so I don't know, maybe, I don't know if y'all, if that happens to y'all, if y'all get like certain energies that like just like intrigue, like you get interest in it, and then, you know, like you start reading about it and it's exactly what it is that you needed in this phase of your life, right? Or whatever it is you're going to kind of like help push you, even if it's through the day, even if that's through this week, you know, this next 3 months, you know, it's here to help guide and aid and assist and support you on your journey, okay? So don't be afraid to experiment with it a little bit, you know. I think there's just a lot of shame on calling on other energies, right? And then that brings us to Jesus, okay? My man, my homie, my home skillet, Jesus. Okay, you're on the path of light, love and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. Let's see, that's about parents healing like these really like deep-rooted childhood wounds. So, I'm getting some stuff, but I don't know if I want to share that. So we'll read about this card and then I'll go from there, okay? I'll wing it. All right, about a man who needs no introduction. Through both the Gospels and the Gnostic Gospels, we have come to know Jesus as a great teacher, loving guide, and generous soul who accepts us all. Although he is the focal point of Christianity, he will respond to anyone. He will respond to anyone who reaches out to him. He helps us overcome sacrificial love when we have to leave behind something in order to get the love we want. Lots about cutting out old relationships, okay? He is also the light keeper we can call on for support with forgiveness. He reminds us that our connection to love is the most important connection we will ever create. His twin flame is Mary Magdalene. Extended message. Forgiveness is an act of self-love. You're being encouraged to know that whatever you've done to yourself or others, the divine is not condemning you. So forgive yourself. Okay, lots about shame coming up. Okay, it's okay to forgive yourself. You don't have to forget what has happened, but you no longer need to allow your whole story to be defined by a situation that does not support your happiness. Jesus is here to bring miraculous shifts of healing to you and all those around you, and to release you from the burden of self-loathing. He wants you to know that he sees the child of God within you. He also brings clarity and healing to any situations concerning your Father, either on earth or in heaven. Okay, so lots about healing some like, you know, things that maybe are from childhood, right? Are what our parents have instilled in us, right? So one story is, let's see, coming from my dad. Dad's really, he reminds me of like someone who's very smart and very wise. Okay, he's Gemini. So he could be really detached with a lot of things, right? And the way he grew up, he got the shit beat out of him, right? He was the oldest, and any of the younger, there were 6 of them. If any of the younger kids messed up, he got it, And I didn't even know this. My uncles actually had to tell me about this stuff. My dad didn't talk too much about his childhood, right? So there's a lot of mystery there. So, I didn't really have an understanding of that as a child, right? So, my dad wasn't super affectionate or, I was hugged, he'd say, I love you and things like that, I knew that my dad loved me, but I know that he loves me now. But where was I going with that? I can just remember that I would just work so hard just to hear, or wanting to hear, that my dad was proud of me, So yeah, I would do things like, my dad and him would play baseball, and my brother was amazing at baseball. He was an all-star. We spent summers traveling around, different baseball games through, all through the South, so we could make his baseball games, So I decided to sign up for softball because, I have a love for the game too, but girls weren't allowed to play baseball, so I had to play softball. So anyway, so my brother and I had a game at the same time one day. And so my parents were at my brother's game. He was really good at playing baseball, so that's where he was. And not that I wasn't good, but anyway, this one game, not only did I hit a home run, my parents were not there to see it. I hit a home run and I got to pitch, and I ended up not playing anymore. I think a couple games after that, just because I just realized that I wasn't playing for the love of the game. I was playing because I just wanted my parents to notice me, So that's when I ended up really coming into cheerleading. That's a story for another time. But anyway, there's one story there, and then also, so when it does come to cheerleading, though, that was the thing that I will tell a story real quick. So I tried out for the cheerleading squad in the 7th grade. It had been a really rough year. Tryouts, I had something really traumatic happen at the beginning of the year. I ended up missing a lot of school. I was just not very good in a mental place because of this traumatic event that took place. So at the end of the year, I had a lot of anger. So, and I wasn't the most popular kid in school. Okay, not for any cool reasons, if you know what I'm saying. But anyway, so I tried out for the cheerleading squad because the girls trying out for the cheerleading squad were really, really, really mean to me. Okay, they were total biatches, right? And I just wanted to just show up in my etnies and my brother's old shorts, okay, and my tank top, and it's just real tomboy type of dressed up. So anyway, I showed up at tryouts, and it just pissed all of them off. And I can remember just reveling in the just to see them all pissed off that I showed up. It was just I could just stick my finger in the pie, right? Just so I tried out, and I actually ended up making the squad. I was actually pretty good at it. So these girls gave me a really, really, really difficult time. And, I would go to my dad and I would talk to him about it. Dad, I'm really good at cheerleading. I made the squad. I don't know that I want to give this up. And then I would explain to him, they're really mean to me, Dad. I'm a stunt girl. I was the top girl. I'm small. I'm teeny tiny. I'm only 5 foot tall. Okay, I'm actually smaller now than I was in high school. But anyway, so I was the fly girl. So, but they would drop me on purpose. So we would be doing our stunts, and they would just, they would make me fall or make me lose my balance on purpose. And I would take a lot of hits on that gym floor, girl, every day after school. I had to hit the floor at least 10 to 15 times, right? So one day I come home from school and I'm telling my dad about it. Dad, I was showing, I was all bruised up, could barely move. I was telling him how sore I was. So he went outside and he took these dowel rods and he, took a hammer and he hammered them into the ground. And, I would come in from school and he'd say, all right, go get on the rods. So I would put my cheerleading shoes on. I'd go out there and stand on those rods, and he would come and like, just kind of like push me a little bit, and I'd have to keep my balance, and that actually helped me a lot. I ended up having like one of the highest records of holding a stunt. So it actually ended up pushing me. So my dad helped me a lot out with the cheerleading. So that was healing. That kind of like made up for the whole softball thing, because he showed up to every single football game that I cheered at. So even the away games, he was there. I didn't have to ride the bus with anybody. My dad was gonna, give me a ride. So that was all very healing. So that's something too. So, our parents do the best that they can with what they had. But that was his way of showing me that he was proud of me, even though that, he never actually would say it. That knowing that now and looking back on that now, I know that was his way of investing in me and telling me that he loves me and that he was proud of me, and even the other day, y'all, he was asking me about how this stuff was going, how's your streaming going? And I was talking to him about it, and he teared up a little bit, and he did say, I'm so proud of you, and that just like, it's just the biggest thing, right? When your parent says something like that. So even today. So anyway, y'all may have like a lot of healing to do. If y'all want to share any of y'all's experience or stories, please do so. Drop them in the comments down below. Don't make me the only one that's out here all by me lonesome, y'all. Y'all make me feel vulnerable sometimes. Okay, let's get you a couple of soul messages from the Work Your Light deck. Okay. Angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. Best and highest messages for the collective. Best and highest messages for the collective. If you don't have a good relationship with your father, or you don't feel like, there's going to be any healing taking place with your relationship with your father, what is an energy that you can find to kind of replace that? What are some things that you're wanting to hear, or you're wanting, this could even represent other people in your life. If it's not a father, maybe some mentor, or a grandfather, whatever that looks like for you. What energies can you call on? Like my husband's father's passed away, so he still talks to his father, but he also calls on, he talks like Odin, like he resonates a lot with like Odin and Thor, and a lot of like Nordic energies. He calls Santa Muerte Mama. That represents, like his spiritual mama too. So he goes around and he talks to her, just like, he's like, hey mama, he just talks to her. What else? Like Saint Michael, he talks to Saint Michael a lot. That's like usually his go-to. If I don't want to like speak for him, but that would be my interpretation of it. So anyway, yeah. Freya, Bastet, I call him Bastet all the time, especially like for protection and stuff like that. So who else? Mother Mary, call him Mother Mary a lot. A lot of mine would be saints, just because that's ingrained in there. I resonate a lot with that. It's familiar to me, So, but don't be afraid to explore. Okay, it's like this right here. You don't have to be Christian to call on Jesus. He loves you. He don't care. Okay. Me, I'm like that. I don't care. I love you for you. Okay. Don't be doing me wrong. And I won't have to cut you out. Other than that, what you do is none of my business. Okay. I don't want your shit ass energy if you being a shit ass. But I'll send you love and healing from afar. You picking up what I'm trying out? That makes sense. All right, angels, ancestors, and spirits. Best and highest messages for the collective. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. That's what a lot of this is about. You're healing these wounds. You're healing these generational curses, these things that are passed down. Okay, these being emotionally unavailable. right? Because both my parents were like that. You know, my dad was very detached, right? My mom could be really detached in a lot of ways. You know, she kind of needed a lot of love from me. She needed me to love her in a lot of ways, you know. And I'm just now learning that, you know, just over these last couple years, am I realizing that, learning that. And it's been very healing for her and me. You know, we used to fight like cats and dogs. So, and both my parents are kind of like the black sheep of their family, you know. So it's like even like them coming together, and they kind of started this breaking the change journey, you know. So I honor that a lot, because it could go on like lots of different ways. You know, my dad could have ended up being very extremely abusive, you know, because that's how he was raised. You know, my mom could have been, you know, 10 times more, you know, emotionally, what am I trying to say? She could have been a lot more hurtful with a lot of her words, you know, just looking back on it and knowing their struggles, knowing more about them and the way that they tick and the way that they think. Like, I just understand both perspectives. I understand why, but at the same time, I have to honor my side too, right? So I'm not sure. So I'm not sure what that means to you, why I feel called to say that, why I feel called to share that. Doing a lot of like personal sharing here. It's kind of like, Leo, what are you doing? Break the chain though, right? You can write I'm the author of my own story, right? I'm the author of my own story. You are the author of your own story, okay? You can rewrite the future. You can heal it. Your angels, ancestors, and spirit guides get behind that all day, every day. When you're healing yourself. Anytime you're healing yourself, you're healing generations before you. You're healing the generations that are coming after you. You know, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, the best and best messages. You have the power. I've got the power. You got the power to do it. You're in control. Okay. The initiation. Rite of passage, crossing the threshold. This is representing all that stuff you're holding on to. This is all the stuff that you're not allowing to shed away. You know, it's time to let this go. Okay, there's light at the end of the tunnel, right? This is that storm brewing. You know, there's a storm brewing. Okay, so embrace for impact here. Okay, you're just releasing a lot of stuff, and it's kind of like I gotta rearrange my room soon. Okay, I'm gonna have to take all this shit out of the closet. Okay, I'm gonna be in bed for 2 days after that, because I'm gonna end up overdoing it. So I'm gonna have to take everything out of the closet, reorganize the closet, because I gotta get extra desk in here in my bedroom. I'm in my bedroom right now. So it's a lot like that. It's painful, right? You're having to sit here and look at all this stuff that's not serving you anymore. You know, all the different items represent like maybe people or trauma, that kind of stuff, right? You have to sit there and sort through it, and then you got to organize it. So all the stuff that you're keeping, you got to put back in there, really take a look, like, do I need this? So that's kind of like your self-love, right? I'm gonna keep this because this brings me joy. This makes me feel good. So you're gonna put that back in the closet, right? That's something that you're gonna keep in your spiritual toolbox, and you're up here in your mental space, right? So it can be a lot like that, honoring things. And then some stuff, like maybe you don't want to honor anymore. Maybe it doesn't bring you any joy at all, right? That's where you go smash it or burn it, or whatever, however you want to just be destructive in that nature, right? That's a healthy way of being destructive or causing chaos, is getting rid of that, releasing that. Okay, so use like a physical item, smash it, burn it, destroy it, whatever, right? That's a really healthy way of you expressing it. Okay. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Yeah, it's all about the spiritual awakening. Okay, lots is changing for you. I've been talking a lot about the energetic upgrades. So I talked a little bit about this yesterday in the video that I did, but it's more about like our body's changing at a cellular level. Okay, we can actually heal it. Okay, so like even water, Did you know you can program water? You know, it's a lot like that, okay? So by you programming water, by you changing your diet, by you intentionally, you know, purposely trying to change things within yourself, that you can change it. You can change it at a cellular level, okay? With that being said, we also have the different energies going on the planet, right? From the other planets, from the other stars and star systems, you know, these big solar flares that are going on, or the solar storms that are going on right now. I'm not sure if you keep up with that. I do. But anyway, so all these changes are also, it's changing us as well, okay? So that's why this mass awakening has happened, right? We're coming into all this new energy, and it's showering on us, and we're changing, right? And it can't happen like that. Not here in the 3D, okay? Time moves a lot slower down here. It's just different. There's a lot of restrictions, right? So it just kind of like moves as slow as a snail, right? That's how we're experiencing it. Okay, so that's what all this is really representing. Okay, that's why you're coming into this right now. And you may even be, you know, finding things like on your social media while you're scrolling, you know, just throughout your day, that may even like find you and help support you, right? A lot of these videos, if they resonate with you, if you've read the title or you pop in, it's just the one card, right? That's spirit leading you, right? I put that intention there. I'm trying to find those people who need a message, and that, you know, that they need this message right now, right? This is a timeless reading. So, but yeah, a new way of being, okay? We're integrating all of this, you know, we're bringing it all together here, okay? Honor your awakening, be patient with yourself. You know, the dark night of the soul is not an easy journey. It's not an easy time, you know, stick with it. I'm here if you need support, okay? You can always email me, ladyleospiritual@gmail.com. Okay, don't expect me to respond right away, okay? You could be waiting days. You could be waiting days before I finally respond, okay? It's just I got a lot going on. And again, I get, my emails has been quite busy lately. So, but I love it, y'all. I love hearing from y'all. Y'all are so sweet, and y'all share a lot with me. And that's why I'm here sharing more with you. Y'all share a lot with me. So, I take a lot of pride and honor in that, and I just feel like that's something that's sacred, you know. So I'm here sharing with you as well. Okay, y'all, I think I've rambled on enough in this reading. Oh my gosh, shenanigans! It's gonna be a fun day. I can tell. Can't focus for the life of me. Anyway, thank y'all so much for your time, your energy, your love, and support. Y'all, thank you so much for the donations. Okay. Thank y'all. Y'all are making me feel so much love, and I really want to give that back to you. Okay, so I'm sending all that love and light back to you times 10. If you like this video, if it resonated with you, let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to your girl if you're digging my vibe. Okay. Everything that you need to know about me is in the description box below. I also have little ads at the end if you're interested in checking that out. More ways that you can get in touch with me, and also all of my affiliate stuff. All right, and until next time, I love you, I love you, I love you. I hope that you have an amazing day. Love and light.